Selecting an evidence-based program. Final selection. Which programs do we have the capacity to sustain? While sustainability is often one of the last considerations in a program plan, in this video we will show how to ask sustainability questions first, prior to program selection. Before making your final selection of an evidence-based program and committing time and money to running it, it's important to really assess whether your community is prepared to sustain a chosen program in the long run. In addition to having confidence in a program's effectiveness, there are a couple of things to think about, which include the program's fit with the community and its needs, and the community's capacity to run that program. We call this fit and feasibility. When thinking about program fit, we need to consider if a program actually targets the risk and protective factors identified by the community, if it addresses the age period of concern, and whether it targets the right domain of influence or development, like school or family. We also need to be sure that the program is appropriate for the people we want to deliver it to, and that it aligns with their values, or at least doesn't go against them. While there may not be a program that fits all of these criteria perfectly, it's important to at least think about each of these aspects and where there might be a mismatch to try to find a better fitting program or to create a plan for addressing these mismatches. Each of these things will go a long way toward ensuring the program will be sustainable in the long run. In addition to a program's ability to fit well with our needs, we also need to be sure that our community has the resources to really support the program. This will help ensure that it's run well and that we get the results that we want from it. Running a program well means being able to deliver it with good quality so that the participants have the best possible experience with it, that we can monitor how well it's delivered and measure its impact in our community when it's offered, and that we're able to sustain it through different sources, like budget support, access to volunteers, access to building space, and things like that. The more you really think about and plan for these factors before you select a program, the more likely your community will be to gain benefits of these programs and sustain it over time. There are a number of resources available to help you determine the fit and feasibility of the programs you may be considering for your community. Each of these can provide valuable information on program design and targets, what resources and capacities are needed to run the program well, including associated training and other costs, technical assistance, and whatnot. For each of the programs supported by the Epicenter, we have developed readiness tools that provide helpful things to consider, including program selection, implementation planning steps, actual implementation steps, assessing program impact, questions to ask about sustaining the program, and common challenges during the implementation. Check them out on each of the pages for our programs. Once you've spent some time asking yourself these questions and answering them by getting more details about the program, you need to connect with stakeholders who will be critical for sustaining the program long term. You may need to educate them about the risk and protective factors that are addressed by the program and find out whether this program might address some of their needs. Equally as important is finding out if this program duplicates or competes with existing programs and efforts underway. You may need to research facts that show the program's impact, or you may have to make your case for the program later down the road using data. If you do have stakeholder buy-in for the program, talk about ways that they can provide support for the program and find out what timeline or information requirements they have for giving you support. Then make a plan to meet those needs. Starting these conversations early, before program selection, can really help to make sure the program lasts in your community. As you prepare for your journey toward final program selection, we have a resource that can help you identify how good of a match a program is for your community. This matrix helps to categorize programs using their level of research evidence and a program's fit and feasibility. Below the matrix is a link to a brief questionnaire tool that can help you assign numeric values to each of these areas so that you can objectively determine how well suited a program is for your community's needs. To recap, sustainability is one of the primary challenges in evidence-based program implementation. By selecting a program that has good fit and feasibility within your community or organization, we can increase the likelihood that a program will be sustained beyond seed funding.